Okay, so another look at some original records on Ancestry, this time the 1841 census for England and Wales with Agnes Blackmore Fry, my 3 times great grandmother. Now, I haven't got it added here, so let's see if it's coming up in the hints, okay, because you can see them. They'll show up as residents here. Obviously, it's not there. And you can see 51, 61, etc. All the others I've got that are available on Ancestry. Let's have a look at the hints, because it's always easier just to look in there. Okay, so we've got census and voter lists, but I've already added that. And if I just want to press Control and F, that might be a quicker way to search. Nothing on that page with 1841 on it. So what we'll do, let's go and have a search. So if you come in the top right, press the search button. And doing it this way instantly searches for that person's name. Now, let's go. No, my focus is not Wales for this one. That's the rest of my family. Okay, UK and Ireland, there. England, right. So, we've got these already. Yep, fine. Now, let's see. We've got birth, baptism, and christening. I want to look at that, but let me just hold. Let's again do 1841. Have we got one? Yes. Okay. I can see I've got the 1841 census. Now, interesting what the difference is between these two, but it looks like they're probably just the typo. Yeah. So it's showing us 2 people because they've entered them. Somebody's entered a correction. So let's have a look. Oh, instantly we can see the record is not looking good in quality terms anyway. So Agnes Fry, age 21. That all tallies, yep. Okay. So let's have a look. Wow. Yeah, and often I found this with so many of the 1841, understandably, they are not the best quality. So if I pull it back, right. Let's see what we can do. If I press the span icon, I can't rotate slightly that I know of. I would like to just, oh yeah, no, that's 90 degrees. I'd like to just rotate it a little. It might be helpful to invert the colors. Yeah, for me that looks a bit better. So if that's okay with you guys, I'm going to keep going with that. And if I press this person icon, forget the actual name, but it's always useful. Agnes Fry. Okay. So she is then living with her. Is it just her mother? Certainly looks that way. And they're down the bottom. If you look at the scroll bar over here, how far down it is, they're going to be quite close to the bottom. Okay, so let's see. Eastman, that might be easier to spot. Okay. I am struggling to see this. Oh yes, of course, because I've been looking at the others. It's got 2 on 1 page because they collected so much less information. I almost forgot about that. Okay, and there they are. The Frys are the last people on this. So that is very interesting. I can just read that because I know that is 4 Street. Now, you're not really going to get house numbers. I mean, that looks like it might say 12B or something, but if I come to the top and just see. Uninhabited or building inhabited. Yeah, so it doesn't mean much. And it's got place, so you might get a house name or building name. But let's see. And interestingly, I can see there a seaman. I know this area was right down by the harbour. Sailor. And Anne Fry is down as a grocer. So what we're not getting from the later censuses is the marital status or widow. I'm pretty sure at this point Anne Fry was widowed. Curiously, that Agnes's husband then later, when she moved into the family home, Agnes with her husband, they stayed in this area. So they didn't go far at all. Now, whether they stayed in exactly the same place, I don't know. But that is very interesting to see that he moved in with her. I'd just assumed that they probably went the other way. So you've got Anne Fry, 55, a grocer. I'm not sure exactly what that says. Let's have a look at the final column. Were born in same county. Yes. Okay. Again, looks like we've got a... Oh yeah, it is accurate. Right, so we can see a yes here for their mother. She was born in the same county. Doesn't say the same place, but county of Devon. And they, the sisters, were born in Cornwall, the neighbouring county. So that gives me a bit of information to say that 21 and 24 years ago, Anne Fry was living in Cornwall. And that tallies again with what I know, that she was born in Padstow in Cornwall. So if I want to offshoot from this research, it's really helpful to just put that into my mind and put it down on paper, even better. So 21 years before, in 1821, she was living in Cornwall, most likely. That's a great bit of information, even if this doesn't have much information. Oh yes, and I almost forgot, you've got John, who is the son, and it says he's 18. Okay, really can't make out what that says, but I suppose he would have been getting into the family business perhaps. But hey, so we've got some really good information. Now, as always, let's make sure we save this to a person in my tree. And when I do that, Agnes Blackmore Fry, it should then bring in all the other people as well to add their information. Ah, interestingly, it hasn't. Okay, so let me go back. Instead, I'll do it this way. Let's go in. Right, we've reverted now. I'm going to invert the colours. Again, I hope you don't mind. I struggle with it the other way. And let me choose Anne Fry. Let's see if I've already got her. Now, I think her first name would have been Blackmore. Her maiden name, rather. So let's see. Okay, I haven't got Anne. And if you're going to add to someone different than the person you came in with, just click on them first, because then it won't try to overwrite that person that you started with. Instead, it will add someone different. So let's try Elizabeth. I think I've got her. The only downside of doing this, of course, is that it might be faster just to come out and see yourself. Elizabeth Barnes, 1853. That's clearly not her. So I haven't got her either. Well, what I can do in which case is to try John, the other sibling. Let's see, add name to John Fry. Oh, no. Okay, so click on his row. Let's try it again. Save person. So if he was 18 in 1841. Oh, I just did it very quickly there. Let's see. Yeah, that would be about right, wouldn't it? 1841 minus 18. Yeah. Okay, so save it to him. And I can add those records to him. Now, instantly I'm looking at this, I think I might have skipped a generation, so I've got some work to do, and that is definitely not Anne, is it? That says Nancy. So let me go back. I'm always using the back button just to be sure, because I find Ancestry you can get really lost in it. Now that clearly said Agnes's mother was Anne Fry. Yeah, I've got her down as Nancy Blackmore here. So let's see if I can change that. So Anne Fry. Clearly an oversight on my part. Okay, so if I try to edit Nancy, it's going to change that person and it can get a bit messy. So what I'm going to do instead is if I go into View Tree, I've got to accommodate Anne Fry. Yeah, it certainly looks like I've missed a generation. I mean, well, I've got Thomas Fry here, Nancy Blackmore. Let's just double check if her middle name is Anne or not in any of the hints. Or if maybe her middle name was Nancy. Okay. Can I see the original record just to be sure? No, I'm not getting it there. Alright, let's keep going. Let's go back to that 1841 census for Agnes. Oh wow, I hadn't added it to her. Oh great. So I got to do it again. Okay. I did need to add it to her because I was searching for it. Okay, let's do that. And let's save it now. Save it to her. Yes. Save to your tree. Okay, great. Now let's have a look. View image. Let's see it in full again. Anne Fry, 55, 1841. So 50 is 1791. Yeah, 5, 1796, there or thereabouts. Okay. Anne. What I'm thinking now is that I shouldn't assume that is their mother because there is nothing on here that says it was. Right, we've got no kin connection in the 1841 census record. So it could equally be an auntie. Seems less likely. But let's go and have a look for the birth and baptismal records for Agnes Barnes. Okay, so if I press the back button, see if we've got any hints. And this is where you've got to sort of triangulate, okay? Because I nearly made the mistake of just assuming that was right. I've got to prove it. It's got to be borne out by the records if I want to make sure I'm doing the right thing. Now, curiously here, yeah. Select births and christenings. Now, Blackman, Blackmore, sure, it's a typo. Okay, and this is where it gets a bit frustrating. This becomes a little bit of a brick wall potentially. I haven't got the original document. But at least from this evidence, that seems to suggest it is correct. So then if we keep going, just trying to rule everything out. Let's go back to, oh, hang on. No, I don't think that's anything of significance. Somebody else has added that. If I go back to look at her parents, now I can see Thomas Fry, it says died here in 1850. So he would have still been alive. It's possible he was working away or he was somewhere else at the time of the census. And Nancy Blackmore we haven't got a date for. So let's see if I can find any confirmation of her death. And it's suggesting them, as I can't see any. Okay, Nancy Fry, Kentucky. Doesn't seem likely. Okay, and if I narrow this down then to England, and apply that. Lancashire, that seems a long way. Somerset 1852 seems possible, but it still wouldn't answer the question of not appearing in 1941. Okay, let's just have a quick look at the Somerset one. See if we got anything there. Yeah, that's not going to be enough to tell me. Let's see if we can find Nancy Blackmore in the 1841 census herself and see where she was. Okay, I just like to, again, Control and F. Nothing for Nancy Blackmore in 1841. Right. Let's go for a search then. Again, Control and F, 1841, nothing. Now this gets rather curious, doesn't it? Children, Mary Ann. She had a daughter called Anne, but I don't think that age would tally. Is she in any of the censuses? Could conceivably be in the 1851 and so on. Okay, so I'm seeing this. Nancy Blackmore, spouse John Bowden. Okay, that doesn't seem to tally. And the further down you go, the less confident Ancestry is in suggesting it. So just note that. See, I have a focus to England. Yep. Born, married, 1805. So I am going to call it a day there because I am stumped. This is a genuine brick wall. If you have any suggestions for me, please leave them in the comments below. That'd be much appreciated. And for you, check out another video I've got here. I'll see you there. Thanks for watching.